to China Study, Unlocking the Secrets to Lifelong Health. Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most influential nutrition studies ever conducted, the China Study. If you've ever wondered how your diet can affect your long-term health, you're in the right place. This video will take you through the key findings of this groundbreaking research and explain why it's changing the way we think about food and disease. By the end, you'll understand the profound impact your diet can have on your health and well-being. So, whether you're already health conscious or just starting your journey, stick around because this information could transform your life. Let's jump right in. So, what exactly is the China Study? This comprehensive research project was spearheaded by Dr. Colin Campbell, a renowned biochemist specializing in the effects of nutrition on long-term health. Along with his team, Dr. Campbell embarked on an extensive study that spanned over 20 years, examining the dietary habits and health outcomes of people living in rural China. The study covered 65 counties and more than 6,500 individuals, making it one of the most extensive studies ever conducted in this field. The focus was on understanding why some populations had significantly lower rates of chronic diseases, such as heart disease, cancer, and diabetes, compared to others. The researchers looked at a variety of factors, including diet, lifestyle, and genetics. What stood out most was the stark contrast between the health outcomes of people who consumed predominantly plant-based diets and those who consumed more animal-based foods. This contrast forms the foundation of the China Study's groundbreaking conclusions. One of the most striking findings of the China Study was the clear correlation between diet and disease. In regions where people consumed mostly plant-based diets rich in vegetables, fruits, grains, and legumes, chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers were rare. In contrast, in areas where diets were more westernized, with higher consumption of animal products, processed foods, and refined sugars, the rates of these diseases were much higher. This finding challenges the common perception that genetics are the primary determinant of our health. Instead, the China Study suggests that our diet plays a far more significant role than previously believed. This shift in understanding underscores the importance of examining not just individual nutrients, but entire dietary patterns and their long-term effects on health. Let's dig a little deeper into the data. The researchers found that as the consumption of animal-based foods increased, so did the rates of chronic diseases. This was especially true for diseases of affluence, conditions that are more common in wealthier, industrialized nations where diets are rich in animal proteins and fats. The study highlighted a dose-response relationship, meaning the more animal products people consumed, the higher their risk of developing chronic illnesses. On the flip side, those who ate more plant-based foods like leafy greens, whole grains, and beans had much lower rates of these diseases. This relationship held true even when other factors, like physical activity and smoking, were taken into account, pointing strongly to diet as a key factor in disease prevention. But the study didn't stop at just observing these correlations. Dr. Campbell and his team went further to explore the role of specific nutrients in the development of chronic diseases. One of the most controversial findings was related to protein intake, specifically animal protein. Contrary to the popular belief that protein is inherently good, the China Study found that high consumption of animal protein, particularly casein, the main protein found in milk, was linked to increased cancer growth. In controlled lab experiments, rats fed a diet high in casein showed a higher propensity for developing cancer when exposed to carcinogens. When the protein intake was reduced, the cancer growth slowed down. This finding was revolutionary because it suggested that not all proteins are created equal and that the source of your protein, whether animal or plant, can have vastly different impacts on your health. So, what exactly happens in our bodies that makes animal protein potentially harmful? Dr. Campbell's research indicated that animal proteins, like casein, could act as a cancer promoter. Here's how it works. When we consume animal proteins, they can increase the production of a hormone called IGF-1, or insulin-like growth factor 1. IGF-1 plays a role in cell growth, but when levels are too high, it can encourage the growth of cancer cells. On the other hand, plant-based proteins, such as those found in beans, nuts, and grains, don't seem to have the same effect. They do not significantly raise IGF-1 levels, meaning they don't promote cancer growth in the same way animal proteins can. This discovery was a game changer in the field of nutrition, providing a biological explanation for why plant-based diets are associated with lower cancer rates. It also challenged the traditional views on protein intake, especially the emphasis on consuming large amounts of animal protein for muscle and health. Given these findings, you might be wondering what this means for your diet. The good news is that adopting a plant-based diet doesn't mean you have to give up all your favorite foods or go completely vegan overnight. Instead, it's about making gradual changes to increase the amount of plant-based foods in your diet. Think of it as a spectrum. On one end, you have a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes, and on the other, a diet heavy in animal products and processed foods. By shifting more towards the plant-based end of the spectrum, you can significantly reduce your risk of chronic diseases. And this isn't just theory. Many people who have made these changes report improved energy levels, better digestion, and even reversal of chronic conditions like hypertension and type 2 diabetes. Their stories are a testament to the power of food as medicine. Now, let's address some common misconceptions about plant-based diets. A lot of people worrying about not getting enough protein, calcium, or other essential nutrients if they cut back on animal products. But the truth is, you can get all the nutrients your body needs from a well-planned plant-based diet. For example, leafy greens like kale and broccoli are excellent sources of calcium, and legumes like beans and lentils provide plenty of protein. Whole grains like quinoa and brown rice are also packed with nutrients, including iron and magnesium. It's all about eating a variety of foods to ensure you're covering all your nutritional bases. And don't forget, plant-based diets are often richer in fiber, antioxidants, and phytonutrients, which are essential for good health and are typically lacking in animal-based diets. The scientific community is increasingly recognizing the benefits of plant-based diets. Numerous studies have shown that people who eat more plant-based foods tend to have lower risks of heart disease, hypertension, type 2 diabetes, and certain types of cancer. In fact, the American Dietetic Association, along with many other health organizations, now acknowledges that well-planned vegetarian and vegan diets are not only healthy, but also nutritionally adequate for all stages of life. This includes during pregnancy, infancy, childhood, adolescence, and for athletes. So, whether you're young or old, active or sedentary, a plant-based diet can meet all your nutritional needs while also promoting long-term health. So, what does a balanced plant-based diet look like? The key is variety. A well-rounded plant-based meal should include a mix of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and plant-based proteins. For example, a typical meal could be a colorful salad with spinach, tomatoes, cucumbers, and avocados, paired with a hearty serving of quinoa and topped with chickpeas or black beans for protein. You can also add some nuts and seeds for healthy fats, and dress it all up with a flavorful, homemade dressing. Not only is this meal packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, but it's also satisfying and delicious. And the best part, the possibilities are endless. From stir-fries and soups to smoothies and snacks, plant-based diets offer a world of culinary creativity that's both nutritious and enjoyable. Shopping for a plant-based diet is easier than you might think. When you're at the grocery store, start in the produce section. Fill your cart with a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables. Think leafy greens like spinach and kale, cruciferous veggies like broccoli and cauliflower, and a rainbow of fruits from berries to citrus. Next, head to the grains aisle and stock up on whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, oats, and whole wheat pasta. These will form the base of many of your meals. Don't forget the protein-rich foods. To look for beans, lentils, tofu, and tempeh in the canned and refrigerated sections. And finally, pick up some nuts, seeds, and healthy fats like olive oil or avocado. With these staples in your pantry, you'll have everything you need to create nutritious, plant-based meals at home. Now, let's put it all together and prepare a simple, plant-based meal that's perfect for any day of the week. Today, we're making a hearty lentil and vegetable stew, a dish that's as nutritious as it is comforting. Start by heating a tablespoon of olive oil in a large pot over medium heat. Add a chopped onion and a few cloves of minced garlic, and saute until they're soft and fragrant. Next, toss in diced carrots, celery, and any other vegetables you like. Zucchini, bell peppers, or even sweet potatoes work well here. After a few minutes, stir in a cup of dry lentils, then pour in about 4 cups of vegetable broth. Add a bay leaf, a teaspoon of thyme, and a pinch of salt and pepper. Bring everything to a boil. Then reduce the heat and let it simmer for about 25 to 30 minutes, or until the lentils are tender. This stew is packed with fiber, protein, and a wealth of vitamins and minerals. It's a perfect example of how easy and delicious plant-based eating can be. Serve it up with a slice of whole grain bread, and you've got a complete, balanced meal that's good for your body and your taste buds. The benefits of plant-based diets aren't just theoretical, they're being seen in real-life medical practices around the world. Many doctors and nutritionists are now recommending plant-based diets to their patients as a way to prevent and even reverse chronic diseases. For example, Dr. Dean Ornish, a pioneer in lifestyle medicine, has used plant-based diets to reverse heart disease in his patients. Others, like Dr. Michael Greger and Dr. Neil Barnard, have published extensively on how plant-based diets can help manage diabetes, reduce hypertension, and improve overall health. And it's not just healthcare professionals who are seeing the benefits. Patients themselves are sharing their success stories. People who have lost weight, lowered their cholesterol, and even reversed type 2 diabetes after switching to a plant-based diet. These stories are powerful reminders that the food we eat can be our best medicine. Before we wrap up, let's quickly recap what we've covered today. First, the China study provides compelling evidence that diets high in plant-based foods are associated with lower rates of chronic diseases like heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. Second, the study challenges the traditional view that animal protein is essential for good health, showing instead that high consumption of animal protein, particularly casein, can promote cancer growth. Third, a plant-based diet doesn't just help prevent disease, it can also reverse certain conditions, like heart disease and type 2 diabetes. And finally, transitioning to a plant-based diet is easier than you might think. By incorporating more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and plant-based proteins into your meals, you can improve your health, enjoy delicious food, and contribute to a more sustainable world. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the China study and the power of plant-based nutrition. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Spreading this information could make a real difference in someone's life. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update from our channel. We've got plenty more content on health, wellness, and nutrition coming your way. We'd also love to hear from you. Have you tried a plant-based diet? What changes have you noticed? Let us know in the comments below. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future videos, feel free to share those too. Your feedback helps us create content that's both informative and engaging. Until next time, take care of your health. And remember, what you eat today can shape your tomorrow. Before we end the video, here is some extension of story. We're diving into the groundbreaking research of Dr. T. Colin Campbell, a leading expert in nutrition whose work has revolutionized our understanding of diet and health. Dr. Campbell's research has provided compelling evidence that what we eat plays a critical role in our health and longevity. Stick around as we explore his findings and discover how a plant-based diet can transform your life and how you can start making these changes today. Dr. T. Colin Campbell's research, particularly through the China study, reveals some astonishing findings. The China study was one of the most comprehensive studies ever conducted on diet and disease, covering over 6,500 people across rural China. This extensive research explored how dietary patterns influenced health outcomes, uncovering a strong link between high animal protein consumption and chronic diseases. One of the most significant discoveries is the relationship between animal protein and cancer. Campbell's research demonstrated that high levels of casein, a protein found in dairy products, could significantly promote the growth of cancerous tumors in laboratory animals. This finding was particularly striking because it showed that cancer development wasn't solely about exposure to carcinogens, but also about dietary factors. Conversely, plant-based diets were associated with lower incidences of cancer and other chronic diseases. Switching to a whole food, plant-based diet can profoundly impact your health. A plant-based diet emphasizes fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds, which are rich in essential nutrients and antioxidants. Dr. Campbell's studies suggest that such a diet can help in maintaining a healthy weight, improving cardiovascular health, and enhancing overall well-being. For example, plant-based diets are often lower in saturated fats and cholesterol, which are linked to heart disease. They're also high in fiber, which supports digestive health and can aid in preventing conditions like type 2 diabetes. Success stories abound of individuals who have transformed their lives by adopting plant-based diets. Many people have reported significant improvements in their energy levels, weight management, and overall health after making the switch. From reduced symptoms of chronic illnesses to enhanced physical fitness, these personal stories highlight the powerful benefits of embracing a plant-based lifestyle. Dr. Campbell's research highlights the benefits of a plant-based diet for chronic disease prevention. By incorporating whole foods like fruits, vegetables, legumes, and grains, you not only improve your health but also foster a longer, healthier future. Hit the notification bell so you're always updated with our latest videos. Share this video with friends and family who could benefit from this information. And thanks for joining us until the end of this video.